What if you were told that your emotions are not the enemy, but a powerful force that can change your life for the better? What if knowing how to manage them is the key to unlocking your potential? We used to think that negative emotions should be suppressed, hidden deep inside. But what if it's a trap that prevents us from living life to the fullest? To intervene in the emotional sphere, in this complex psychological process of reflection of subjective experiences, is sometimes necessary. And even necessary. Emotions are an integral part of the human experience, and their management is a key aspect of psychological well-being. Emotional intervention may be necessary when negative emotions become overwhelming, leading to destructive behavior and negative consequences for personal life and social relationships. For example, chronic depression or anxiety disorders can seriously compromise quality of life, so therapy and psychological support become essential to restore emotional balance. Regulating emotions is not the same as forcibly suppressing them, which is precisely what is unsafe for health. Managing and adjusting is a useful skill in influencing what emotions you feel, when and how you express them. Effective and ineffective emotions depend on goals and circumstances. The distinction between suppressing and regulating emotions is critical. Suppression can lead to internal conflict and somatic illness, while mindful emotion management helps with self-awareness and improved interpersonal interactions. For example, consciously regulating anger avoids impulsive actions and conflict while maintaining healthy boundaries and expressing feelings constructively. But there is no such thing as a forbidden emotion. Each emotional state has its own meaning and can be useful in certain situations. Emotions are the body's signaling system that helps to adapt to the environment and make important decisions. However, difficulties arise when a person does not know how to deal with their emotions or ignores them. Emotions that are not expressed or suppressed can lead to psychological problems such as depression, anxiety disorders, or psychosomatic illnesses. There are unfortunate consequences of not having the skill to deal with them. The inability or unwillingness to manage one's emotions can lead to devastating consequences in personal and professional relationships. The constant accumulation of negative emotions such as resentment or anger can lead to chronic stress and physical illnesses such as hypertension or stomach ulcers. For example, accumulated resentment can manifest itself in the form of passive-aggressive behavior, which creates tension and misunderstandings in relationships. After all, through the expression of feelings, a person is in contact with himself, and only then with others. If the filter does not work, then there is a negative violent transmission of a long-restrained internal flow on others, and as a consequence, there are inevitable conflicts, quarrels, offenses. Inability to properly express their feelings can lead to alienation and isolation. For example, a person who constantly suppresses his emotions may seem cold and indifferent to others, which makes it difficult to establish close and trusting relationships. Here, for example, is resentment. Resentment lets out accumulated anger and voices silent discontent, which is a catastrophic lack of love, care, attention. Resentment is a complex emotional state that includes elements of anger, frustration, and pain. It often arises when a person feels injustice or betrayal by others. For example, in family relationships, resentment can be caused by a lack of attention from a partner, resulting in emotional distance and impaired communication, and by no means always manifest a person's infantilization. Rather, it is one part of the invaluable material needed to analyze relationships with oneself and, of course, with significant others. Resentment can be an important signal indicating unmet needs and unresolved conflicts. Recognizing and analyzing one's resentments can help in understanding one's own expectations and needs, as well as in improving communication with loved ones. For example, therapeutic conversations and meditations on forgiveness can help release accumulated resentments and restore inner balance. I would like to emphasize the aspect that black and white is built into absolutely all human manifestations. This is the nature, and it is very important to learn to accept not only white, but also to deal with black. Accepting your negative emotions is an important step towards self-improvement. This doesn't mean wallowing in them, but rather recognizing their existence and finding constructive ways to express them. For example, regularly practicing mindfulness and emotional self-regulation can help manage stress and maintain psychological health. Incorporating new information and useful self-regulation skills into your life will greatly enrich your worldview, giving you the opportunity to see other shades that you are not yet able to see. Learning emotional literacy and self-regulation skills can significantly improve your quality of life. This includes developing empathy, improving communication skills, and increasing stress tolerance. For example, participating in emotional intelligence training can help you better understand your own emotions and the emotions of those around you, which promotes more harmonious and constructive interactions. Some functions of emotions. Regulatory. Represents the process of transforming behavior to meet one's own needs. Emotions help us adapt to change and make decisions based on current needs. For example, fear may cause us to avoid dangerous situations, while joy may motivate us to pursue pleasurable activities. Evaluative. Our indispensable assistant in assessing the significance of current situations. Quite often we have to evaluate something under conditions of lack of time or lack of information. Emotions provide quick assessments of the situation, which is especially useful in conditions of uncertainty. For example, an intuitive sense of danger can save lives in extreme situations when there is no time for long reflection. Motivational. As the degree of sensory reinforcement increases, the productivity of activity undoubtedly increases. Emotions can serve as a powerful incentive to achieve goals and accomplish tasks. For example, the satisfaction of success motivates further effort, while fear of failure can spur more careful preparation. Communicative. Transmitting information about one's own state, attitudes toward outsiders, and a variety of events. Emotions play a key role in communication, helping us to express our feelings and understand the feelings of others. For example, a smile can signal friendliness and openness, while tears can elicit sympathy and support from others. Fear guards life and saves lives by allowing us to respond to threats of harm without thought. Fear is an evolutionarily important emotion that helps avoid dangerous situations and protects against potential threats. For example, the hit or run response is activated in response to immediate danger, allowing for quick decision-making for survival. Disgust deters from actions that could be harmful to health. Disgust helps us avoid harmful or toxic substances in situations, supporting our physical and psychological well-being. For example, aversion to certain odors or tastes can warn us against eating spoiled food. Sadness helps us get help from other people. Sadness elicits sympathy and a desire to help from others, which promotes social support during difficult times. For example, expressing sadness can lead to emotional support and comfort from friends and family. Anger warns that something is interfering with the fulfillment of intentions. Anger signals obstacles and injustice, prompting us to take action and defend our rights. For example, anger can motivate us to fight injustice and mobilize resources to overcome difficulties.